Minasan konnichiwa. O genki desu ka? Hi guys, I'm Risa. Welcome to my channel. And if you're new here, hajimemashite, Risa desu. In today's video, we will learn JLPT N5 Kanji, and we will try to cover up the first 10 kanji related to numbers in Japanese. Okay, this is my first video on kanji so far on this channel, and if you are just a beginner in kanji, you just stick to my playlist. But if you want me to continue this series, just feel free to let me know in the comment box. And of course, please do not forget to subscribe, and if you have already subscribed, thank you so much. Arigatou gozaimashita. Okay, before we start learning kanji, there is something that you have to be familiar with, certain terms and a bit of its history. So, we know that kanji is not originally Japanese. Kanji are invented in China. So, when kanji flew from China to Japan, a little difference was seen in its pronunciation. So, use character, which is the kanji, but with our own pronunciation. Okay, so each kanji will have two types of reading. Reading is called as yomi in Japanese. And each type of reading will have the same meaning, okay? So there are two types of reading, namely kunyomi and onyomi. I have given the meaning next to them for your convenience. So kunyomi means the Japanese pronunciation and onyomi means the Chinese pronunciation. Now, what do I mean by this? Now you might be wondering okay, so there are two types of reading, but which one do we have to memorize? Well, I'll give you an example. The onyomi is used in the counting system of Japan. So the numbers that we have for counting things like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, these numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, these numbers are counted using the Chinese pronunciation and not the Japanese one. But on the other hand, when you look at the Japanese calendar, if you have, luckily, you see that the calendar follows the Japanese pronunciation, which is hitotsu, futatsu, mitsu, yotsu, itsutsu. So I have already uploaded a video on how to read a Japanese calendar, so you can just check it out if you want. So this is the best example of how you can understand the usage of onyomi and kunyomi. I personally feel kunyomi is more common to be seen. So at any cost, you have to learn the kunyomi and also try to remember the onyomi. Okay, let's start with the first kanji. It is the first and the most easiest kanji so far. Please take kanjis as an artistic and a challenging thing and not as a boredom. They are not difficult when you start enjoying them. So, yeah, the first kanji is just a single horizontal stroke. So this kanji is the kanji for 1. It's called ichi in onyomi and hito in kunyomi. Of course, you can also say it as itsu when the tsu is just a counter, okay? So it is used for counting things. Now, let's try practicing it. Ichi, ichi, ichi. Okay, so you can also add the counter tsu to this kunyomi, which is hito. So it becomes hitotsu, hitotsu, which means first. So if I have to say 1st of January, how do I say it? January is ichigatsu, ichigatsu. So actually, we do not have different names of month like English has. We just say 1st month, 2nd month, 3rd month. So month is gatsu and first is ichi. So ichigatsu, 1st month, which is January. This is how the words are derived. So ichigatsu, and I want to say first. First is hitotsu, hitotsu. So ichigatsu, hitotsu. Okay, great. Now let us move on to the kanji number 2, which is for the number 2 itself. It is made up of only 2 strokes and it is the second most easiest kanji so far. Now again and again, I'm not going to say which one is the Chinese pronunciation and which one is the Japanese pronunciation. I'll just use the term onyomi and kunyomi. So you have to keep in mind that whenever I say onyomi, I mean the Chinese pronunciation, and whenever I say kunyomi, I mean the Japanese pronunciation. So the kanji number 2, it is made up of only 2 strokes. The first, horizontal line. Stop. The second, larger horizontal line. Stop. Easy? Okay, so in onyomi we call it as ni, while in kunyomi we call it as futa. Of course, you can try adding the tsu counter here, so it becomes futatsu, futatsu. Okay, so let's say I want 2 ice creams. How do I say this? 2. We right now saw you can use futatsu, the counters tsu, for counting things, right? So that is why I would say ice cream ga futatsu arimasu. There are 2 ice creams. Okay, let's try practicing this. First stroke and the second stroke. First stroke and the second stroke. First, second. Easy? Okay. Let's move on for the kanji number 3, which is san in onyomi and mi in kunyomi. Again, you can add the counter tsu, so it becomes mitsu, mitsu, the third of something something. So, it is made up of 3 strokes. The first, horizontal line. Stop. The second, horizontal line. Stop. The third, horizontal line. Stop. Great. Was this easy? Of course it was. Just remember that the second one is the smallest of all. Okay? Now it's time to practice it. 1. Stop. 2. Stop. 3. Stop. Okay, I would request you guys to pause this video and try practicing these kanjis, then again resume the video and see the next kanjis and then practice them again. Now the thing is, I don't want you guys to just go through this right now and forget it later on. You should try remembering this kanji while the video is on at the very same spot. So for that, you have to practice them, okay? If you have an iPad or a notepad or a pencil, you can just try it on your iPad, but I would recommend you to go for the traditional method. Take a pencil, take a pen, take a paper, and start scribbling. Start this. Okay, the kanji number 4, which is shi in onyomi or yon in kunyomi. You can use this yo with the counter tsu, and it becomes yotsu, yotsu, which means 4th of something something. Okay, now this is the first kanji that you might find difficult. So far, the first 3 kanjis were super easy. This one is a little difficult as a beginner for you, but as you go higher, this kanji will just seem so less complicated as compared to the other kanjis that you see in your future. So just think it's not difficult. It's not. Okay, let's try doing this. The kanji number 4 is made up of 5 strokes. So, number 1. Okay. Number 2. Here you go, and curve downwards. Number 3 is a comma-like structure, and number 4 is to make a square. Okay. Easy? Now, there's something that you have to be careful about this kanji out here. Actually, most people make the mistake of not bringing this hand up. This hand is supposed to be there. Like, you cannot just make a square like this. There has to be an outlet like this. Okay? And one more confusion is whether to stick these arms or just leave them. Now, some people prefer sticking to this border and some do not. So I just leave it up to you how you want. While writing with pen and paper, it doesn't matter much how you do, but with calligraphy and all, I would say you should just stick it to the border. Okay. One more time, let's practice this. Number 1, stop. Number 2, stop. Number 3, stop. Number 4, stop. Number 5, Number 5, and stop. Great, minasan, you just did it. Just be careful that you just do not bend the 90-degree angle here. You can bend this one a bit like this or even a bit like this, it doesn't matter. But of course, make no changes with this part, okay? So you can just do this like this or even like this, okay? It doesn't matter so much. At least when you're with pen and pencil, it doesn't matter. It's only when it comes to calligraphy that you have to be super careful. Okay. Number 5 is the kanji for number 5, and it's called go in onyomi and itsu in kunyomi. Add the counter to make it itsutsu. Okay, this kanji is made up of only 4 strokes, and it is again an easier one, as you can see. So let's try practicing this. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. So let's practice this. The stroke number 1 here. Stroke number 2, just take a line downwards. Stroke number 3 is make a H, and stroke number 4 is just a horizontal line. Now, this somewhat looks like the H in English, right? But just with this, and this one is a big expander. You can think it like this. Okay, just so that you can remember it. Just relate it to the English letter H. Okay, one more time, we'll practice this and then we move on to the next. 1, stop. 2, stop. 3, stop. 4, stop. Well done! You have to practice these kanjis 5 times each, along with the stroke order. Now, if you do not go with this stroke order, your character may look a little shabby and untidy. Stroke orders are important to master them. Okay, ganbatte! Now, kanji for number 6. It is called as roku in onyomi and mu in kunyomi. Add the counters to, it becomes mutsu. You can also call this as rotsu in onyomi. So, this kanji is made up of 4 characters. It is made up of 4 strokes. So, let's try practicing it. The number 1, a small vertical line. Number 2, a horizontal line. Number 3, a comma like this. Number 4, and a dash up here. Easy? Let's try it one more time. 1, stop. 2, stop. 3, stop. And 4. Wasn't it easy? So just think this is the face and these are the 2 legs. Just think of it like this. I'm very poor at photographics. Okay, let's move on for the kanji number 7, which has its onyomi shichi and kunyomi nana. This kanji is just so easy to draw. So it is only made up of 2 strokes, so just go for it. Number 1, a horizontal line. Number 2, it somewhat looks like a nose, right? Yeah, that's it. Now, doesn't this look like the English letter T, the smaller one and not the capital one? Right? You can just look it up here. I think it does. So just remember 7 is equal to T. Let's practice this. Number 1, a horizontal line. Number 2, draw a nose. Number 1, a horizontal line. Number 2, draw a nose. Isn't that easy? Okay, now the kanji for number 8, it's super easy. It's just like the legs of the roku that we saw. The only difference was roku has this upside, but it does not have this. It just has the legs. So it is called as hachi in onyomi and ya in kunyomi. Add the counter 2, so it becomes yatsu in kunyomi and hatsu in onyomi. Okay, let's try practicing this. Number 1, stop. Number 2, stop. Again. Number 1, stop. Number 2, stop. Okay, this is super easy. Now, the number 9 is kyu or ku in onyomi and kokono in kunyomi. Add the counter 2, it becomes kokonotsu. Kokonotsu. So let's say the 9th of February is my birthday. Let's say, no, mine is 3rd of January, but for example, I say 9th of February. How do you say this? Exactly. 2月9つ、私の誕生日です。Or you can just split the part. You can say 私の誕生日は2月9つにあります。Okay? So this is the kanji for number 9. So let's try practicing this. It has only 2 strokes, so it's easy. The first stroke is just a curvy line like this. And the second stroke is you go down, it's just like a slide in an amusement park. And there's a hook up. Okay, so the slide doesn't allow you to go. So you are riding in an amusement park and there is a 90-degree over here and then you go up. One more time. Number 1, stop. Number 2, go down, take a hook up. I think it's easy. Now, kanji for number 10 is super easy. After the kanji for 1, 2, 3, I think this one is the super easiest. Oh no, the number 8 is also very easy. So yeah, you can let me know which one was your favorite kanji so far. And of course, because the video is going to end after this kanji, please don't forget to subscribe. And what else? Comment and let me know if you want me to continue the series. And if you like my videos, I will be just so glad to read your comments. Okay, now do not forget to like this video because that just encourages me to do more and more for the channel. Okay, now the kanji for number 10 is called ju or ju in onyomi, and in kunyomi we call it as to. Okay, so you can just add these 2 characters, so it becomes jutsu or jitsu. Now it has only 2 strokes. It's just like the holy cross that we have, but I feel this cross is more like it's an unequal. It's less over here, it's more over here, this part. But this toe is just a perfect plus symbol. Okay, so no offense, it's made up of 2 strokes. The first is a horizontal line and the second is a vertical line. So is there any need to practice this? Well, let's do this. A horizontal line, stop. A vertical line, stop. A horizontal line, stop. And a vertical line, stop. A horizontal and a vertical. That's it. Now, I hope you enjoyed. In the next video, we'll start with the kanjis for 100, 10,000, lakhs, and so on. See you in the next video. Till then, take care and stay safe. Mata ne!